Hey guys, it's Katie here with Life in the Mundane, and if you remember, after reading Melanie Wilson's new book, A Year of Living Productively, I set a goal for 2019 that I was going to try one new system for helping me to live productively each month of 2019, and then I was going to bring that report back to you. So today I'm coming to talk to you all about theme days, helping you organize your home chores, your homeschooling, your business, your whatever it might be into themed days to help you be more productive. So we're going to talk about what that is, how you can implement it yourself, and what I liked and didn't like, how we kind of used it for our family, and what I'll continue to use and not use. So I hope you enjoy. Let's get started. First off, what is theme day planning and why is it helpful? Why would it help you be more productive? But basically the idea of grouping like tasks together and assigning them to a specific day of the week so that you always know what you need to do depending on the day of the week. Now, it can help you to organize your to-do list so you know automatically what day you should do things instead of just kind of passing them from day to day to day. And by attaching those specific tasks to a day of the week, you're more likely to get them done because you don't have to think, oh, what do I have to do today? You can just know, oh, today is errand day. I need to run any errands that I need to do. And it can help you to prioritize tasks as they come up on your list and go, oh, do I need to do that today? Or can that wait till the next time I do X, Y, Z? So that's sort of simply what it is. Obviously, there's a lot of different variations and flexibility within this system, but honestly, oftentimes it is used in meal planning, in home management when it comes to different chores that need to be done, cycling through different things like that, and then also using in homeschooling for sure, and as well as if you have a business or hobby, something like this even, that you do, it can help you with organizing your thoughts and your tasks for that as well. If you're interested in starting a system like this, first step that you need to do with one of those areas, be it homeschooling or home management, business, whatever it is, and just list out all the tasks that you need to complete. So it might be taking chores and listing out all the chores that you need to get done on a weekly basis in your home. And when you set those out, you're going to start seeing different themes appear. So it might be the theme of laundry, that you need to wash the sheets and wash the towels and the clothes and things like that. It might be themes like noticing that there are several upstairs tasks versus downstairs tasks. Balancing checkbooks and doing paperwork kind of things, grouping those like things together, or again, running errands. Whatever it might be, the idea is to, and then look for themes or commonalities in either the kind of task or the grouping of where the task takes place. Then you're going to set your themes. You're going to decide what those overarching categories are and assign them. The third step is that you're going to assign them to a specific day. The fourth and final task is to go ahead and implement those things, implement those theme days, and give yourself grace as you're trying because there's going to be a learning curve, but simply jump in and tweak and adjust as you go. Maybe you'll notice that even though an item on paper seemed to match more with this category, it actually fits better with that category. So how did I implement this? So we've actually been doing portions of this in parts of my life for a while, but I really wanted to commit this month to implementing it in as many areas as possible and to see if that really made things easier or harder on myself, and this is kind of what we found. So first of all, I've been doing this in meal planning for quite a while, and I definitely recommend doing it. If you're like me and you're not a super big cook in the kitchen and you get a little overwhelmed at the thought of meal planning and how many options there are out there, setting themes for each day can be really helpful to work within. So again, like a Taco Tuesday kind of thing, this means Mexican. It doesn't obviously mean tacos every time, but it means Mexican on Tuesday nights, and it helps me to think through, okay, I don't have to go through what are all the options we could have for dinner, but simply what Mexican dish do we want to have for dinner on Tuesdays. Setting themes, you can do crock pot days. It doesn't have to be a specific category of food, but maybe a kind of way of preparing. So for instance, we have Bible study on Wednesday nights, which makes getting meals and getting out the door a little bit harder sometimes. So deciding ahead of time that that's going to be an easy meal, either crock pot or Instapot ready, really helps ahead of time for meal planning and thinking through what works with my schedule. So setting aside those themes for meal planning, big thumbs up. We've been doing it for a while. I would definitely recommend it for those of you who are getting stuck on meal planning and in a rut. But for as far as doing it for home management tasks and homeschooling, that was a little bit different to me. We've done pieces of it. If you've seen my video, we do a home reset day on Saturdays and kind of reset our home, do a lot of extra chores, lesson planning, meal planning, all sorts of stuff on Saturdays. So we've been doing that, but I didn't really have themes assigned to different days. So I really tried days that I would do certain household tasks. So I did set aside that Mondays would be my errand days. And so Mondays typically for us, for as far as homeschooling goes, everybody is fresh for the new week. I know everybody says they hate Mondays. In our house, they're actually the best day of the week. Dad is home because of his weird work schedule, and so it honestly ends up being our most productive day as far as schooling goes, and we tend to get done earlier in the day. And so I just started making Monday afternoons my time to be out and do whatever errands. And so this made it super helpful. Instead of going, hey, I need to go grab XYZ and just running to the store and disrupting our day, I could kind of save it up for Mondays if I needed to go to the post office or something like that. I knew that I could do that on Mondays. Now, if something comes up in between then, obviously I might have to do that, but it teaches me each time to plan a little bit better and go, okay, I'm not just making a meal plan for Sunday through Saturday. I need to make a plan for Monday through Monday because I'm not going back to the store until Monday. So that was actually really helpful. As far as a set laundry day, I know some people do a separate laundry day. That was not something that would work for us just because we do have so much laundry and we do it every day. But I did sort of set aside time on Saturdays that we do our towels and our sheets and things like that. We also added in doing kind of a day of just paperwork things. So I knew that if I got bills that needed to be paid or insurance phone calls that need to be made or whatever, I knew that those would be done on Thursdays. And Thursdays tend to be a little bit slower for us, and just we don't get out as much on Thursdays. And so I thought Thursdays are the perfect day to do the paperwork of being a mom, because trust me, there is tons to do. So those are kind of the days that I try to return phone calls and get back things that can wait. And you'd be surprised how many things can wait when you know that there's an assigned day to do that. Another way that we implemented this year, or this month, was through our homeschooling. Now this was really different. A lot of times I've tended to do loop scheduling, which I can get to in another video, but I decided to just sort of stick with this daily idea. Now we've already been doing this again with a few things. So on Thursdays we write letters. The kids and I write letters to different family members and friends who live out of state. So we've been doing that every Thursday, but we tried to implement it a little bit more like a check-in. So we do a check-in on Wednesdays on their 2019 goals, and just sort of sitting down and seeing, where are you at? What do we need to do? Is it time to start working on a new goal? Do we need to take the next step with this goal? And doing that was actually really helpful to kind of have set aside. Now, we also tried it with implementing science and history, doing history on Mondays and Wednesdays and science on Tuesdays and Thursdays, because Fridays are our co-op and catch-up days, slash fun schooling. If they get all their work done Monday through Thursday, they can just do games and kind of fun activities for review. So we tried implementing those things, and I'll be honest, I liked having some anchors in our week and knowing that on Wednesdays we were going to check in with their goals and on Thursdays we were going to write letters. But when it came to actual subjects and trying to assign those to days, I found that to be really, really iffy, because, and that's part of the reasons why I do like loop scheduling instead. But basically the idea was, if we didn't get, let's say we were sick or we were out of the house or for whatever reason on Tuesday and we didn't get around to doing science, and that continued to happen, it just bumped it where those things weren't getting done consistently. And for whatever reason, Tuesdays, the past several weeks at least in January, Tuesdays have been a very, very rough day for our family. And we've just had so many things come up on Tuesdays. So whatever was assigned for Tuesday wasn't always getting done. And because it wasn't supposed to be done until, you know, the next week, it made it really challenging to keep up with. So for that, I think I'm going back to loop scheduling, where we just do the next thing on the loop and we don't have to worry about sticking to the days on that. So kind of my pros and cons, what I thought of it. Definitely for meal planning, it helped me think ahead. For business, I also implemented it for just my Facebook posts, and starting to kind of put some of that in systems, and it definitely helped for that. One of the areas that I think is nice is that when you have it for posts on Facebook or business posts, but also just for parenting tasks, home management tasks, when you have those things, one of the great things you can do is in your household planner that I've talked about before, you can just make a list for each of those days. So you can say errand day, you can dealing with the paperwork day, whatever it might be. You can list out those days on one piece of paper, have that title and that heading, and then you can just bullet point everything that you need to cover on that day. Now you could have a permanent checklist that you're like, okay, on this day I need to check all of these things, make sure that there aren't bills that need to be paid, make sure that I have called back on any insurance claims or anything like that. You can have a checklist of that to go, okay, when it gets to that day of the week, I'm just going to check and make sure that I have touched on all of these subjects. And then you can just add in whatever additional to-dos that you might have. So I like that idea, that you can kind of organize it that way and help you think through. For me, for posts on Tuesdays on my Facebook page, on Life of Mundane Facebook page, we share Techie Tuesday, and we share our fun online favorite resources. So I just created a page in my planner that has Techie Tuesday at the top, and I just, as I think through different things that we use, I write them down on that sheet, and so I'm never lost without ideas. So that has been really helpful. So I definitely think that this idea can help you be more productive. As far as where you want to implement it and how you want to implement it, that's definitely going to depend on your lifestyle and what your needs are specifically. But I do think that that it's worth giving it a shot, at least in a few areas of life. Now, one thing I will say that's sort of silly, but really became a barrier for me was, you know, you hear people make these cutesy names for things, the Techie Tuesday, the Taco Tuesday, whatever it is, Fun Friday. And I really got caught up on that. I really didn't think I would, but just remember that names don't matter. It does not have to be a cutesy name. It could be Wednesday is laundry day. And that's okay. It doesn't have to have Wash Wednesday or something like that. And while it can be fun and cutesy to remember, don't get so caught up on that you can't move forward in the plan, because some of us are like that, and we have to have that reminder. So I hope this has been helpful to you. I will continue to pick a new productivity tool from a year of living productively, and continue to do these reviews on the last Saturday of the month. If you guys want to check it out, be sure to subscribe to my channel and check out that playlist. If you want to see Melanie Wilson's book and hear more about what it is and what I think about it, I will also drop links above and below for my video review on that book. I post videos every Wednesday and Saturday on making the most of the little moments in homeschooling, home management, parenting, and everything in between. And I hope you guys have a great week and a fun time putting together your theme days for your life. So talk to you later. Bye.